How's it going, everyone? Fordham Firesides. I have Father McShane on today. It's a big deal. I've been trying to get him on for a while. Really exciting. How you doing, Father McShane?
I'm all right. I picked up a cold in Albany last week, but other than that, pretty good. Pretty good.
So Father McShane, I have a lot of questions to ask you. I reached out to my audience. Mm-hmm. They gave me some questions, and we can talk about, whatever you want to talk about as well. But first thing, what I really want to ask you is I want to know how you got into being a Jesuit and also working at Fordham.
Both dull questions, I must say. I got into being a Jesuit because I was a student at a Jesuit high school in New York.
Okay.
And in the time that I was there were about, I would say, 30 to 35 Jesuits on the faculty, and you get to know them. And they were doing interesting things. They were teaching. They were very good teachers, and they seemed to be happy with their lives. So I found that an attractive option. Yeah. You should know, by the way, that this is my family business.
Oh yeah.
I have 3 uncles and 2 cousins who are priests.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. So
following
in their
family
footsteps.
Business, right.
And you went to Regis, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know some people there. I went to Xavier myself.
And my father went to Xavier.
Oh, that's right. I've heard you say that a few times. Mm-hmm. I loved it there. It was great.
It's a great place.
So how'd you get involved with Fordham then? I understand you went to BC, correct?
I was sent to BC.
You were sent to BC.
And I wanted to go to Fordham, and I was sent to BC.
Okay.
And my first connection with Fordham, my father graduated from Fordham in 32. My brothers graduated from Fordham, 2 of them, in 67 and 69. My youngest brother went to the prep. All my brothers went to the prep. When he graduated from the prep, he didn't go to Fordham. Mm-hmm. He went away and boarded at Hamilton. And then corrected his mistake and went to Fordham Law School.
Okay.
I was the only one in my family who didn't go to Fordham. I was sent to BC. And then in 1987, when I was teaching at Lemoyne College in Syracuse, I was made a member of the board here.
Okay.
And I was on the board for 5 years. And then in 1992, I was invited to apply for the position of Dean of Fordham College, as it was then called. Wow. Now Fordham College at Rose Hill. And so I said, sure, I have a nice job. I like what I'm doing. I'll come down and I'll fill out the field.
Okay.
So you have enough people to make it a good search. And much to my amazement, I was asked to take the job. And so I left a place where I was happy and comfortable and easy, and had been for 11 years, and I came down here and became the dean.
Okay.
So that's how it happened.
And then slowly over time, you ended up becoming president?
Well, I was dean for 6 years, so 92 to 98.
Okay.
And then in 94, I think, I was put on the board at the University of Scranton. And when their president resigned, after 16 years, I was asked to apply there, and I said the same thing. I'll fill out your search. Mm-hmm. And I was offered the job. So in 98, I left Fordham.
Okay.
And I was away for 5 years. And I was asked to come back on the board here at Fordham in 2001. I remember that because my first board meeting for Fordham was right after September 11th.
Okay.
And so I came in. And then in 2002, in the fall, Father O'Hare, who had been the president for 19 years, called me and said, I'm stepping down. Mm-hmm. I said, how many years have you been there? And he said, 19. I said, why are you stepping down after 19? Why don't you wait another year and do it 20? No, I want out. I said, what do you want out? He said, I just want to do something new. So would you throw your hat in the ring? I said, look, Joe, I've been 5 years where I am now. I'd be happy to stay here another 5 and then come back or do whatever. He said, throw your name in. So I did. And just before Christmas, December 16th, I was named the president.
Okay, wow.
In 2002.
All right, yeah. So pretty relatively meteoric rise to presidency.
Not really. I was 53 when I came in.
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah, 53, 4, something like that.
All right. So being a Jesuit was a family thing, and then you just had ties to Fordham, so it kind of led you here. Okay. Yeah, so I have there's some interesting questions on here from some people.
Go ahead. Shoot.
This is one of the funnier ones. Erin wants to know if she can go barefoot to graduation.
You know, that's a question I think she should work out with her parents.
Okay.
Because I think I've heard this story or this request.
Yeah, she says something about like
she
tried
loves to walk barefoot in grass.
Okay.
And, you know, Edwards Parade is not really all that smooth. And on graduation day, you know, there's something down the middle.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. I think it's a fairly formal event.
Mm-hmm.
If she wants, she can wear her shoes in, take them off, and, you know, run her toes through the grass while she's sitting there.
Okay.
But I'd be willing to bet her parents would say, you know, we want the picture of you with shoes on when you're walking across to get your diploma. That's just my wild guess.
If her parents support the idea, would it be legal for her to do this?
I don't know.
You don't know?
That's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
You know, frankly.
Yeah.
Really,
That's fair. That's fair.
You know?
Margaret wants to know, have you ever performed an exorcism?
No.
No. Do you know Jesuits here who have? No.
No, I don't. You know, part of the film The Exorcist was filmed here.
I do know that.
And that's probably why Margaret is asking about that.
Yeah, probably.
Is it Margaret?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't know anybody who's ever done an exorcism.
Okay. All right.
Why are people drawn to that?
I don't know.
Because it's on the wild side?
That's probably it. People want to ask that, you know, they have one chance. They want to ask like their weirdest questions. So
that's a weird one.
Yeah.
Margaret, I don't think you're weird, but I think it's an odd question.
Let's see. So I guess this is sort of tied to what I asked at the beginning, but Olivia wants to know what you would do if you were not a priest.
Well, the other part of the family is all lawyers.
Okay.
So I suspect I would have been a lawyer.
Yeah, makes sense. In New York still?
Is there any other place? Come on.
That's true. That's true. Fiona wants to know what the experience was like with U2 and what is Bono like?
That's very easy. By the way, I have to say, I'm very impressed. All of your fans are women.
That's so far. So yeah,
so
but
far,
yeah.
You're blushing too. I noticed that, but what was it like? The U2 experience was, it was spectacular.
Okay.
We were called by an agent who was working for a group that wanted a collegiate setting in New York or near New York because they were putting out a new album.
Was this 2004?
And they were long in the tooth, you know. They were over 50.
Yeah.
They wanted to get a situation where they could get on late night television and then do a morning show at a college campus. So they went around, they visited different colleges in New York. They visited NYU, they visited Columbia. They visited one of the, I think, CUNY schools, and they came then to Rose Hill. And as soon as they came to Rose Hill, they said, this is it, because it has everything we want. It has the look, it has the space, and it has a very large parking lot.
That's true.
Where we could put the vans and all the equipment.
Was the parking garage there at the time?
Well, they were in A lot.
Oh, okay.
A lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was easy. So late in the day that they, you know, their advance crew had been around, I got a call from our development officer, and he said, well, they said yes. And I said, it's U2, isn't it? He said, how do you know that? And I said, come on, it's an older group. They want the college campus because they want to get a new generation of listeners and fans. So he said, yes, they just told me it was U2. And I said, so what are the restrictions? And this was very interesting. They would not allow us to announce it until 24 hours before.
Oh, wow.
That was the first thing. Second, students only. They didn't want any old faces.
Okay.
On the screen. So
yeah,
it was kind of interesting. So we got a lot of calls in the 24 hours before the gig. Can we come? No. Why not? Because you're old. But that's discrimination. I know. I'm being discriminated against too. But for U2, it was very important that they have an audience that was very young, which represented for them a new audience. Because, you know, all their fans up until then had been, you know, people their age, slightly younger. But this was big. So we abided by it. And on the morning they were here, it was Good Morning America that was the show. And the agreement was that they would do a set at the top of the hour, set at half past the hour, and then a final song at the end. And I left Spelman Hall to go over and to see if anyone was coming.
Yeah.
Because this was nerve-wracking. Are they going to show? Are the students going to show? And it was around this time of year. It was March.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God. So I walked out to Constitution Row and turned, and there was this enormous line, an enormous crowd already on Edwards Parade. And I said, thank you. And so we started. We had to warm up the audience, and that was a lot of fun. We served free breakfast to everybody on campus. Then they had to get out there, and I'd be in place a half hour before the show started, which was 8 o'clock. And the show was supposed to be, as I said, one set, another set, and a third would just be a farewell song. They connected with our students so much that they almost did a full hour.
Oh, it's amazing.
And they wanted to continue.
Yeah.
And ABC said, no, no. So that was disappointing. But they stayed on campus until 3 in the afternoon. They signed every autograph they were asked to sign.
Oh, it's amazing.
They spent time getting pictures taken.
Yeah.
And they were genuinely nice, very nice guys.
You met them yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was midterm time, so the green room was a classroom on the first floor of Keating.
Okay.
And we set it up.
Yeah.
And it was a Friday morning in Lent. So they had breakfast. And so I went in, I greeted Bono and the boys, the lads. And we had Fordham swag for each one of them. Oh, this is great, this is great.
Yeah.
And I spoke to Bono for, I'd say, about 20 minutes. And I'd say he was unbelievably kind, nice, approachable, down to earth, all of that. And in the middle of our conversation, he went over and got a blue book because it was midterm time.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
A blue book. And he's talking to me, and he's doing scribbles, and I didn't look at it. And then he signed and went around to the lads and got them to sign. And he came back. It was a self-portrait. So on the blue book cover, I have a self-portrait of Bono.
You still have it today?
It's in the office,
Oh,
framed.
really?
If you come by the office, you can see it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then all the others, autographed it as well. And he had at the bottom, "Bless me, Father, for we are about to rock and roll."
That's great.
It was great. So it was a great moment, and we had all sorts of phone calls from all over the country that day.
Yeah.
And the following week, how did you get them? How can we get them? Can you put in a good word? I said, no, I'm not going to put in a good word for you. But it was a magic moment.
Yeah, it's a fantastic story. Like, I knew they performed here, and I knew it was Good Morning America, but I didn't know everything that went down. It's really cool.
Bono said when he came out, he said, I never went to college.
Really?
But here, this is what college looks like.
Oh, yeah.
This is where I could have gone. The place went wild.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
All right, next question.
From whom?
Let's see. This is going to be from Jack. It's a simple one. What's your favorite Fordham moment in your life? One thing that stands out to you.
I don't have one.
You don't have one? Too many to count?
I would say graduation every year.
Okay.
And you'll experience it.
Yeah, I will. Next year.
Next year. It's an unbelievable experience and very moving. And it's on Edwards Parade and 16,000 people in front of you with the students. And it's a great, great experience. Your class of 2020.
Yes.
So you're the visionary class.
Yeah, the Dodgers
Bicentennial and visionary. So you're going to have the Dodgers banner up rather than the usual banner.
Okay.
I think it's graduation every year.
Yeah, I can see it.
What others? Dedication
okay.
of the law school building.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Downtown, where we had Mayor Bloomberg and Justice Sotomayor. And the dedication of Cabelli.
Okay.
Big
Yeah.
things for us.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, I guess coming from a personal experience, like my favorite moments are always just certain times of year. So I can see that being like graduation and stuff.
So you must love fall
I love
on Edwards
fall.
Parade.
Yeah, I love it there. And I'm from Wisconsin originally, and fall was amazing there.
Yep, yep.
So I do miss it in New York, but I do get a little bit of a taste of it now that I'm, on campus here.
And you should go over to the garden.
Yeah, I've been there multiple times. Used to run there a lot. It's really nice.
I'll tell you a funny story about graduation 2 years ago. We gave an honorary degree to the president of the Botanical Garden. And right in the middle of the ceremony, we were seated next to one another on the terrace. And he leaned over and he said, "I've never seen elms like this." I said, "You're the president of the Botanical Garden. What do you mean?" He said, "I've never seen elms like this." And, then 5 minutes later, "This is the best stand of elms in the city. Do you know that?" I said, "I didn't know, but I'll now tell people that." And then 5 minutes later, he leaned in again and he said, "How do you keep them this good?" And I said, "We hire your staff to come over and take care of them." But he, as a result, the president of Fordham was made a protector of the trees
Okay.
by the president of the Botanical
So it's an
Garden.
honorary title you have?
Honorary title. I'm a protector of the trees,
Okay.
and it will go to my successor as well.
Yeah, you should put that like on all your documents. Just Father McShane, protector of trees.
Isn't that a great line?
Yeah, it's pretty
Great
great.
title.
That's great. All right. Three quick questions. Rattle them off.
Go ahead.
Favorite food, favorite movie, favorite TV show, if you have one.
Favorite food is probably, for comfort food, I think there's nothing better than a great pot roast with mashed potatoes,
Okay.
coleslaw, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Here in Little Italy, I would say the best meal is Via La Limone at Tradinoi, which you've never been to.
No, I've never been
It's
to.
on 187th Street,
Okay.
right across the street from Mount Carmel Church.
Okay.
The chef owner was Sophia Loren's chef,
Okay.
and he does the best meal in the city.
Huh.
I'm having lunch there tomorrow with Mayor Bloomberg's staff.
Oh, no way.
They're coming up, yeah.
No way.
From the foundation now, because they love it.
Okay. I'm going to check
So
that
that'd be
out.
the first. The second was
Movie.
movie. It's hard to say one. I'll give you a couple.
Okay.
This is a bad thing for me to do. I think The Italian Job is great.
The new one or the old one?
When was the new one made?
Like 2004 or something like that?
Yeah, who's the star?
Mark Wahlberg. And that's the only one I could think of off the top of my head. I haven't seen.
I think both of them.
I haven't seen
both of
either.
them. I mean, they're really terrific.
Okay.
The Usual Suspects.
Oh, I love that movie.
And the third, I have to say, I have a real weakness for any of the Ludlum novels with the Bourne series.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's because, I mean, it's formulaic. I know that.
Yeah.
It's, spy meets girl, girl takes care of spy, big car, car chase.
Yeah.
A crack up boy is taken care of by girl. But I'm a sucker.
Yeah,
I'm a
cool
sucker
action scenes too.
Yeah, I mean the Bourne sequences.
Yeah.
So I love those.
Yeah, who would have known Father McShane's a big Jason Bourne fan?
I know. And for novels, I love John Sanford, who is from the Twin Cities.
Okay.
Favorite TV show? Until we no longer could get it in Spelman Hall, I was a huge The Incredible Dr. Pole watcher. Do you know that?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
It's on one of the nature channels, and it's
Okay.
about a vet
Okay.
in rural Michigan,
Okay.
and he's about 80 years old.
Like
He's
Dr. Vet, not veteran vet. Veterinarian.
A veterinarian.
Okay.
And it's spectacular.
Okay.
You just said, what? You can do that? You got to be kidding me. And now it's HGTV.
Okay.
Home remodeling. I
Yeah.
mean, how can you do that?
Yeah, it's like the comfort food of shows.
Right.
Yeah, it's always nice. I know my mom always has that stuff on.
But I mean, don't you as a guy like to see, how do they do that?
Yeah, sometimes when it's on, like it's like I can't look away, but I can't say I actively seek it out, but I don't hate it.
No,
It's good.
I'll go with them. But if you can get The Incredible Dr. Pole.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that
He's good.
out.
He's really good. Next.
Okay, Daniel asks, are you aware of the nickname Daddy McShane, and how do you feel about it?
I'm not aware of it,
Okay.
and I have no control over what kids call me.
Okay. It might be a meme thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea how far that nickname has reached, but, I figured I'd ask it because it's a...
I never heard of it.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. I have other nicknames that I'm aware of, but
it's a term of endearment, I guess.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah. Bridget wants to know, why is the bell in Keating a minute early, and can they fix it?
You can tell Bridget, I'm always wondering about that, and it's not a minute early.
It's not.
It's 2 minutes early.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I know that because it rings before the end of the 6:30 news.
Okay.
So, and it's 2 minutes.
Okay.
So can they fix it? Yeah, they can. Now, why isn't it fixed? It may be because we want to do a Metro North. Do you know what Metro North does?
No.
No?
I mean, I know Metro North. I don't know what they do in relation to
Every
this.
Metro North train out of Grand Central is said to be 2 minutes late
I'd actually believe that.
to accommodate
Yeah.
commuters who are, frantic to get on.
That's been me before, so I could...
So you can, oh my God, I made it. They apparently do it on purpose.
Okay.
And I think, and I have no basis for saying this, I think it might be our maintenance staff saying, we're going to give the kids a shot at getting to class on time.
Okay. So it's a conspiracy. It's
No,
not a bad
conspiracy.
one.
I think it's just, our maintenance women and men are terrific, and they love the students. They do anything to make it possible for the students to do well. And I suspect it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Let's throw them a helpful curve, get them in on time.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, I can see that. That's actually pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, this question, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. I just had so many people request to me about you giving a comment on this. But do you have a comment on the Cohen letter?
Well, I think, didn't we put something out on this?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
I read the
I'll
statement.
give you the background.
Okay.
2 or 3 or 4 days prior to the letter,
Mm-hmm.
I got a phone call from his staff
Okay.
asking, how we would handle anything like this. And I said, let me cut you off right there. We abide completely by federal regulations. We will not violate the law.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? I said, under federal law, a student's transcripts or a graduate's transcripts can only be seen by the student or graduate or anybody that is delegated in writing by that person to see them.
Okay.
He said, really? And I said, yes, this is the law. We abide by it. So no one will see the transcripts aside from Mr. Trump or someone that he delegates.
Mm-hmm.
This is standard.
Yeah.
When you graduate, you will delegate someone, you will empower the placement office to share your transcript with companies that you're applying for a job to. So if you delegate in writing for our office to send these out to
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
that's fine. The same thing here. So the guy said, this is great. You're sure? I said, absolutely. We never do it. And I know your follow-up question, no, I have never looked at his transcript.
Mm-hmm.
I have no intention of looking at his transcript. The only transcript I've ever seen from Fordham after I left the dean's office was my father's.
Okay.
And it was on the desk when I walked in to the president's office.
Okay.
It's still there. That's the only transcript I have looked at. And then 4 days later, we get this letter. And I thought, this is a strange one.
Yeah.
Because I had told him. I had explained what our policy was. And then there was let me be quite frank, the dopey PS. He really enjoyed his time at Fordham.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll take you to the cleaners. We'll do this. We'll do that. So it was. There was no response to the letter because they had already given an information.
Yeah.
So it was an odd one.
Yeah. It's a weird situation. I know it was already resolved, but yeah, I appreciate you giving just your piece on it.
Right. And the one thing I would say to people is, look, Fordham is a very honorable place.
Yeah.
We're not going to break the law.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to violate student rights, which is what it is.
Yeah.
It's the right
of course.
to privacy.
Of course.
We're never going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They may not understand. He may not. Cohen, as a lawyer, understood what the law was. We did, and we honor the law.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. No.
Does that help?
Yeah, no, that definitely does. I'm sure everyone will be satisfied with that. All right. Just one last question. I know it was mentioned to me that you wanted to discuss improvements to the student experience coming in the future. That might include the gym. I had some people ask about that, and maybe other policies and stuff. What I don't know. What do you have to say about that?
Well, look, one of the central facilities, buildings on campus is McKinley.
Mm-hmm.
And McKinley is woefully out of date.
Yeah.
You know, it's too small. Doesn't have the right mix of facilities within the building. So one of the things that I'm working with the board on is a major expansion of McKinley.
Okay.
Which would include much more workout space, and much more in the way of meeting space, more obvious office spaces, and just more breathing room on the campus for students and faculty and staff alike. We're one of the only places I know that insists on calling that building a campus center, not a student center.
Okay.
Because it's meant to be the center for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what Fordham is. Fordham is a community
Yeah, of course.
of all faculty, staff, students, administrators even get into the building occasionally. So that's a big one. In it, you know, when McKinley was built, this was a commuter school.
Mm-hmm.
And when McKinley was built, there was no fitness craze.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the things that I insisted on a few years ago was putting in the fitness center on the lower level, the garden level, as we call it here.
Okay.
It's too small.
Yeah.
We have to double or more than double that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people complain about like that back area that's like you go around.
The free weight area is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Small, it's a turnoff. I know that.
Yeah.
So we have to look at that, and we will. And my hope is that we'll get into the ground soon, like quickly. It's a 30-month project. It'll be expensive, but it's necessary. And when we do, after we do that, there'll be improvements to other things. The next major project would probably be science.
Okay.
That'll be very, very expensive.
The department, the building.
A building.
Like a Freeman renovation or?
No, a new building.
Oh, a new building.
Yeah,
wow.
We have to do that. Then after that, we'd renovate the buildings that are science presently.
Okay.
For other use. And then...
Wait, if I can just ask, where would that new building go?
Well, our master planners, Sasaki and company, they gave us a number of options on it,
Okay.
Along Fordham Road behind Freeman, down closer to the parking garage.
Sure.
Or on a lot.
Okay.
So there are these different possibilities. And if we ever did, a major makeover of the athletic facilities, some question has been, some people have suggested that we look at a lot for that.
Okay.
Because we're a great place, but we don't have a lot of space.
It's true.
87 acres up here, 7.2 acres downtown.
Yeah.
If we were in Armonk, we'd be home free. We'd
Yeah.
113 acres.
Okay.
But you don't want to go to school in Armonk.
Yeah, not quite.
So. I don't think so. So those are the things. First thing up is McGinley, because we have to do it.
Okay.
We need more fitness space. We need more gathering space. We need more offices for student activities.
Mm-hmm.
For student affairs, we also need a more well thought out ballroom situation, a large room.
Okay.
And but big thing is the one I started with. We need more fitness.
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah. All right. I think you answered all the great questions. You gave really good answers. I'm really happy you came on. I really appreciate you doing this.
I'm delighted to be here. I wish my voice were with me, but cold from Albany.
Yeah. I have to ask, have you seen any of my Fordham Firesides episodes before? I won't be offended. Yeah, no, it's fine.
I'll have to go on tonight.
Yeah. Well, you'll see this one, right? Should be up the day after we record this, so Thursday.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's
You're fast.
Yeah.
And the guys you live with are the ones who do all your legwork?
No.
They don't?
No, they just hang out here. I do it myself.
They live here though.
They live here. Yeah, they're my roommates. We go to school.
But they do no work.
Not for this.
Shocking.
Nah, it's my project. Don't worry about it.
All right.
But yeah, Father McShane, thank you so much for coming on.
Pleasure.
I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow my Instagram page. Yeah, I'll see you next time. It's been great. See ya.